Hello and welcome to Acts Aloud. We've had a couple of actors from 13 Reasons Why, but this is a character that spoke to me quite a bit. Timothy, welcome to Acts Aloud and welcome to India.
Hello, India. It's good to be here.
You are home,
Virtually.
I am home too, but it's one of those weird situations where we will say hi anyway and welcome you to the country.
Absolutely. One day I hope to make it there in person, physically.
You've never come before?
Never been.
Okay, so let me ask you, what do you know about India? Have you watched any content from here? Have you watched any movies? It's okay if you haven't, because a lot of people that has been on the show hasn't. It's fine.
I have to be honest, I'm not that well versed. I am well versed in Indian food. I love some saag paneer.
I've been wondering about this, and I've been asking every time talking to sort of someone like an international talent, I've been asking them, because in India, acting is still sort of not the most conventional job, right? It's sort of like, because it's very unpredictable. Also, there's this whole notion of like the big bad, like film industry or whatever, right? I mean, it's tough and like you don't know what happens. How is it like? You're from Michigan.
Yes. Yeah.
But growing up, when you sort of chose this path, like your career path, what was the reaction like? Was it something that sort of everybody encouraged, or was it like a frowned upon topic?
You know, it's funny. I moved out to LA with I didn't have the intention of being an actor.
Right.
But it kind of just happened naturally. And actually, when I told people that I was moving to Southern California to LA, the reaction was like, you're going to California? It was like such a distant, I don't think people realize who aren't from the United States. California and Michigan are very far away, and they're distant lands. And the film and television industry alone is just like, it's an illusion, to us people from Michigan. So when I moved out, kind of just happened organically, naturally. My sister, she's a makeup artist in the film industry, so she kind of got
I love that.
in. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was just a strange happenstance, I guess.
But did you have like funny reaction from people who probably didn't believe in you enough in the beginning?
Yeah.
What was it like? What did they say?
Yeah, well, it's like I said, it's like a different language to them. Our industry is so far from their understanding. So just the fact that I was even working, I remember I started on set as a production assistant for commercials. So I was basically a glorified, for lack of a better term, I was the glorified bottom of the totem pole. So like I did everything they needed you to do. I'm sure you know in television world what a PA does.
Yeah.
But I remember I was stacking boxes at like a house in the hills in Hollywood, and I was like taking pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. And people were looking at my coworkers were looking at me like I was a ding dong, but like it's just a fantasy. California, LA is a fantasy to a lot of people who haven't traveled to or who are from the Midwest originally. Yeah,
I mean, fair enough. And after that, obviously, 13 Reasons Why is that big break fame situation, right? Where everyone's like, oh, like now I know he has arrived. One of those. Tell me, I mean, that show was so important to so many people. I mean, including me. There's a lot that I took away from the show. Tell me, when you sort of think about this in hindsight, right? The character that you play is so relevant in the whole show, in the whole season, in the whole series. In hindsight, is there something when you were in school? Is there something that you did, or is there something like a way that you behaved in, and you sort of went through like the course of time, and you look back and you were like, that was probably a dick move. You can swear on the show; it's fine.
I can't think of a certain scenario, but I think when you're in high school, right? Like you don't really have as much life experience or all these filters that you run things through. So sometimes you say things to people in that situation that you literally, you go back and replay in your head. So I remember saying things that were, I think now looking back on it, inappropriate, and I feel bad, but like when you're younger, you don't necessarily know. So it's just, I think the subtleties, it's the little things. And also, I played sports my whole life. I played soccer. So being on a soccer team, we kind of dogged each other and kind of, gave each other a hard time. But
I have never understood these people in soccer teams, I want to tell you. Even when I was in school, I'm like, cannot relate to any of these people. I'm like, keep sports away from me.
Never? No sports?
I mean, did you have different houses in schools, like where like you divided into groups? Like the whole school?
Amongst the certain grades, you had houses?
Yeah, so like in India, we have so the whole school is sort of divided into 4 houses, which are like red, yellow, blue, and green. And in my 12th grade, I was the yellow house captain because I was good in studies, not because I was good in athletics or sports or anything like that. And I was so scared because I had to lead like a march past, and I knew shit. So when like my juniors were learning, the house captain, was in corner, and one of my juniors were teaching me how to do this. I was terrible. So like,
apparently not. That's a big job. No, we didn't really have houses. We just were separated by grades. But I think internationally, every high school experience is probably pretty similar.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean here too. I mean, there's a lot of like, I was a nerd, so like I didn't have like experience where I did something wrong, but I did have like I did get bullied a lot when I was growing up.
You did get bullied, you said?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I was also like, I was much heavier, was not the straightest seeming person, not an easy situation, especially here, because we still
Look at you now. I mean, you were great back then, and you're just a better version of yourself now.
Love it, Timothy. I will add you to my morning affirmations.
Please. That's like in a couple hours for you, so.
That is true.
Stay awake.
Listen, tell me, in India, in the film industry, there's this whole vibe of like, they're very particular about the role that you play first, like in the beginning, like the big role that you do. They're very careful about choosing it. Okay. Yeah. With you, your big break was the main villain in the show where people hate you. And now I'll ask you why I'm asking you this. Because here what they think is, because there's this whole typecasting situation that happens. Because the moment you play a villain or like a negative role, then like everything that will follow will be on the same level. Like you will sort of get. Is that something that you think about there, or is that not the situation at all in like LA?
It is definitely something you think about, and I think coming into the show, I didn't really realize how villainized Monty would be and become the storyline. I know the actor Justin Prentice and I share a lot of the same qualities on the show, and we kind of took that. I'll call it a burden, but it really wasn't, of being the bad guy. But you definitely, it does play in my head, I'm like, does this affect my next role? Does what I've done on camera affect, whether or not a director sees me as this person, or, a producer, casting director, whatever. Yeah. But I think I just, as a, I consider myself young in this industry. It's just like every opportunity for me to explore and expand my experiences on camera and as different characters, I'll jump on it, and if that typecast me as the villain and I continue to work in this industry, then I'm the villain, like I really do praise every opportunity I get, and I wouldn't change a thing about it, honestly.
Fantastic. Listen, tell me, also the whole thing where the fans of 13 Reasons Why is also like the big part is teenagers, right? It's also like a lot of early teens and like the late teens and stuff like that. These are also people who take characters very seriously, right? They watch something on screen and they're like, he is like that in real life. Tell me, what kind of toll does it take in your real life on social media and stuff like that? I'm sure there are people who will throw shade at you and hate at you because they think you're like that in real life. Does that happen a lot?
Yeah. It did in the beginning, I think. As time has gone on, it's kind of settled down. But, you still see those conversations where people are like, Tim is not Monty. And you just love to see that. Here's the thing. I love to see that they're that passionate about the show and my character. So, form your own opinions. Hate me if you want to. I'm an actor doing a job. And if it impacts you in that certain way and resonates with you, then I did my job. So
100%.
It's kind of fun to read, I mean,
it is compliment somehow, because you sold the part so well that you were like, oh, that villain.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Keep me rolling. I'll be the villain. I can be that guy.
Don't send hate, guys. It's not worth it. The whole show is about that. If you take away something.
India, please, I need you.
Listen, India sent him love. Okay, all the love. Please. Spam his comment section and DMs with love
right now.
Yeah.
I'll hit it back. I'm going to be looking for that love.
Yeah, perfect. Listen, also, I really want to talk about that one scene, which is sort of like your most like worst, right? I mean, when the scene in the washroom, which is a sexual assault scene.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you're acting. Of course, it's a very staged situation. But what does it? I mean, dark situations are different, and I will put that on a different level altogether. Right? It was like difficult to watch. For an actor to do that, how do you have to prepare? What kind of a position do you have to be where you can pull that off?
You know what's funny? I think going into it, you feel all these different emotions. You're a little anxious, nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say excited, but you have this like excitement of energy. And then you just kind of go into it and you trust your fellow actors and you trust yourself and the work
Yeah.
you've prepared. And I mean, you trust the crew and directors and you just kind of put yourself in that place and let it go. In a lot of ways, you just black out in the moment where you're just, so in that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously a very intense scene. So, you just kind of put it all out there and see what happens. And then with film and television, you get to do it again and then maybe again and then again. So it's definitely a draining experience, but like I mentioned earlier, getting to explore the psyche of why this happens is the fun part for me. Not necessarily the action that takes place in the scene for sure.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you were the third person on the show from 13 Reasons Why. There was Kristen and Tyler.
Yeah.
And there's you. It does explain a lot about me because there is a gay angle to all three of you on the show. It's
There is.
weird.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I love Tyler's storyline in season 4. He's such a character, and I honestly think this. I think that our showrunner Brian Yorkie, once he meets you and really gets to know you, he kind of writes your personality into the characters. And Tyler's just such a fun, easygoing, open-minded, loving guy. He's actually become a very close buddy of mine.
Yeah, he seems like a very chill guy. Like, he's also very kind and humble and all of that.
Super chill. Yeah. So, he's fun. And Christian, of course, is, one of the rocks of the show.
Yeah, the reason why I brought them up is because this is the third time I'm asking this question on the show. But like, in all seriousness of it, tell me, how important was it to play a character? I mean, of course, you had like a whole arc of like, you were really closeted, you were in the soccer team, you're also like a villain. But then you have like this whole, even when the part where you're coming out of the closet and stuff like that, it's a very like hard-hitting scene in the show, right? But also, it's sort of, in some way, it's sort of breaking the stereotype when it comes to representing the community in a way that's not caricaturish. I mean, it's very easy to sort of like think that all gay men are effeminate and then put those characters to like a guy and then do it. But that's not the case with you. You're one of the most masculine men on the show who's coming out later. How important was it for you to sort of do a character which is not caricaturish of the community? Was that like a responsibility when you were doing it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the last thing you want to do is offend a community, and you want to do your best to represent them in the most honest way possible. So I think Montgomery's story was very specific to his circumstances, but I also think his story, he was obviously a product of his environment and his situation. And just in the response to the show coming out in Montgomery, trying to come out, I'd had people reach out to me and say that resonated with them, and it helped them, and they saw Montgomery in themselves in a lot of ways. So I mean, it's very important to tell a true, honest story, and you can only do it through the lens in which we're given, right? So you take your life experiences, you try and imagine what the character's going through, you talk to as many people as you can, and then you just kind of try and tell that story. So, and it was a very complex, difficult story. And we had many discussions going into it, me and Brian Yorkie, on how we wanted to do this and how we want to make it true. And I think in the end, it's a sad story with a tragic ending. So
no, it's crazy. I mean, there's a wonderful arc somewhere in the middle of that, which is great. Tell me, because I was thinking about it today before we start shooting, and even though it's tragic, there is a beautiful storyline that goes for you, right? There is, it is a very sad situation when you sort of your character gets killed in jail, but you had Winston right before, and that was like that's a great arc. What's been like one of those situations in your life when you sort of saw an arc, like from like one point to the other, which is like a big leap for you?
Yeah, I think honestly, I would say this whole chapter of my life where I've become an actor, I didn't find acting till later on, post-college. All through my childhood up till the end of college, I played soccer. So that was my life. I was an athlete, And there was a very specific time in my life when I was younger in elementary school that I remember like kind of choosing my athlete friends over the artsy kids who went on to do band and stuff, band and whatnot. But then I think, I came back around, found acting later in my life. And once the door to soccer kind of closed, and I found acting and performing, it was a very kind of linear motion. This is like this feeling that I got from soccer, but in a whole different form.
Yeah.
So I think that the transition into accepting the fact that I was going to put all my energy into becoming an actor, and then all the little milestones along the way that you achieve that kind of push you in the right direction, say you're doing the right thing. And then opportunities like the show and this, it's like I'm still so grateful for every opportunity. It's a little nudge just saying, you're doing the right thing. Keep moving towards that direction. There's no absolute goal, but like you're going to zigzag all around and eventually you're going to get somewhere further along the line. So
Why do you think you chose your soccer player friends over your artsy ones?
I think I had a lot of energy as a kid, and it was going to be translated into either arts.
Sorry, by the way, because it's 2:30 in the morning where I'm shooting from. I'm all in for a deep conversation right now.
I'm here. You got me. I'm here. This is fun. Thank you for staying awake from me. I'm like counting on looking back at some point. You're just going to be like leaning against the.
Not at all. I've seen my sleep cycle, as I told you, is fucked. I'm awake till 5 a.m. anyway. This is the highlight of my night.
Perfect. Great. Morning. We're almost there. But it's funny. I replay that moment a lot, and it's very vivid in my memory. And whether or not it's, completely true is just up for interpretation, I guess. But I just remember, I was with these two groups, and they were both really close friends. I had sleepovers with them, and I'd hang out with them after school, and this and that. Our parents knew each other. And I just remember, the athletic kids were going off to like the soccer field, and the other kids were staying. There's like tires that go around our playground, and I remember they were walking along tires, and other kids were like, "Oh, let's go play." And I was like, I think I really like soccer. I like those kids. Like, not that I had the knowledge to be like, I like them better. It's just like, sports has called me, and I think it was the right decision. Like it was. I think part of me has always wondered what it'd been like to be an athlete and an artist at the same time, and that's like one of the regrets I have up until this point. But I think I naturally, organically found the arts when the time was right in my life. And I didn't put too much stress on it, and now here we are, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like responding to the kind of calling that you get at any point in your life. You just respond to that however you want. No,
that's exactly it. You just have to be open to it, and you have to follow your gut and your instincts. And they might not always be right, but at least you learn something along the way.
Yeah. So. I mean, see, I wonder, I mean, you're having, even when having conversations like this, right? The fact that you have a certain level of fan following now and popularity now and a presence now, does it come with a lot of responsibility and pressure to always sort of do the right thing and always say the right thing? Yeah.
Yes, it does. But I mean, it's an awesome responsibility to have. Like, it is so sweet to get to speak to an audience of people and kind of display your opinion and who you are. I mean, there's also a fine line to walk, because nowadays if you say something even remotely unagreeable, then you could become the actual villain in real life. So I think it's cool, because a lot of my, I guess, the things that I appreciate and the things I want to push, I would say are good for the world, and I'll continue to do that. But it's cool to have a voice and be able to speak to an audience.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. Let's talk about. I mean, see, obviously, the reason why 13 Reasons Why is the point of conversation, because that's the big one. But you also have other projects that you're doing. Tell me about them. Also, I mean, okay, you first tell me about them, and then I'll ask you the follow-up question.
Okay. Well, as you probably know right now, things are pretty quiet around here in old Hollywood. But
you did have one that already came out, right?
I did. Well, it didn't come out yet. So I did this totally crazy concept for a film that we shot. We Nick Simon, a writer, and Luke Baines, an actor, writer, came together, and they put together this crazy concept to shoot like a comedy horror film from our apartments with iPhones and light rigs on Zoom.
Oh, wow.
Like we're doing. Yeah. So they called me about it, and I was like, I think I'm in. This sounds crazy. But I mean, that was a couple months ago, and I think they just locked final picture. So they might have color sound yet to do. But yeah, we shot this entire horror film called the Untitled Horror Film.
I love horror films. Love.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It was a wild experience, but did that over the quarantine, over the break, and so we'll see where that goes. We don't know yet, but yeah, and then also just starting to get auditions again. This is the first time that I've been completely available. Go out for shows and movies because the 13 schedule has or the lack thereof, I should say, has permitted me to do so. So yeah, now it's off to the races and start auditioning, and I'm starting to see new roles, new characters, and it's fun and exciting and scary as hell.
Yeah.
So,
but I do have a follow-up question, because I'm sure that you're grateful and thankful and all of that for 13 Reasons Why, but it's a mammoth project, right? You as an actor, fortunately or unfortunately, is now defined by Monty from 13 Reasons Why. That's what you are the most popular for, right? Do you once in a while think about how hard it would be to do another project that will up this for you?
All the time, every single night before I go to bed. I mean, honestly, like I said to you, I just want to work. I just want opportunity. It doesn't have to be bigger. It doesn't have to be, I don't know, better, I guess is an objective word, but I just want to be on set, working, exposing myself to new characters, stories, experiences, scenes, actors, direct, like everything. So I'm not really concerned about having a bigger show. It's just, I just want to work, I'm just open for almost anything. Almost.
See, I'm not probing too much, Tim.
Yeah, fair.
I do, because I'm trying to say the right thing.
So am I. Aren't we all the time?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into trouble, nor do I want hate. I have enough. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would, just try to find love. He put up all these walls to protect himself. Just try to drop those walls and find love and find what makes you happy. Because the sooner you do that, the sooner you kind of know who you want to be and who you are and who you want to be in relationships. So seek love, I think. If
you didn't play Monty, who would you want to play in the series?
Ooh, okay. This goes back to the beginning, I think. I think I would have played Christian's character, for sure. I think I would have played Tony. I read for Tony.
Now we're getting into a segment where we put out a story asking your fans to send in questions. There were a lot. I have ignored every question I asked. Was it difficult to play a gay character? I have ignored those questions. We won't be answering them today.
Okay, fine. That's for episode 2.
Okay. The other questions, we're starting from, it's an interesting username. It is no post wow with like a few W's at the end.
No post wow.
Yes. It is one of those. The question is, if you could give Monty any advice, what would you say to him?
That's a really good question. Actually, I thought about that quite often when I was prepping scenes for him.
Yeah.
I would, just try to find love. He put up all these walls to protect himself. Just try to drop those walls and find love and find what makes you happy. Because the sooner you do that, the sooner you kind of know who you want to be and who you are and who you want to be in relationships. So seek love, I think. Yeah.
Are you very like method when it comes to being an actor? Do you like prep a lot, like get into the mood and like difficult to get out of it?
Yeah, I would say to some degree, yes. Like especially when you have intense scenes, from the moment I wake up, it's out of my mind. So I have to stay in that zone. Even sitting in the makeup chair, I kind of recognize the fact that I'm in the zone. A lot of times I wear headphones and play music. I have playlists for my characters just so I can stay in the psyche of where I need to be. And then as soon as it's over, I'm like, oh, pizza. But definitely some degree of method, but not full on.
Yeah, not all the way.
Yeah.
Because not everything, almost everything.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is from It's Lovely Dingra. This is definitely an Indian account. Is asking, are you single? I'm not asking for a friend. This is actually from a user.
I am not. I have a beautiful fiance named Katie. We've been together for quite some time.
Oh, love that.
Yeah. And we actually
When did the fiance bit happen?
So we've been together for a long time, since college, but I proposed to her just over a year ago. So we kind of kept it a little on the DL, but I think we just announced it kind of on Instagram just recently. But yeah, and we just got, I don't know if you've seen, we just got a puppy like a few weeks ago. So you'll have to meet him in a second. I'll have to call him over. He's right over there sleeping.
Where is he? Get him.
Come here. Hey, Lou. He's waking up for a nap. Come here. Come on. Oh, come here. Look at this guy.
Whoa.
Mm.
I cannot handle this. Oh my God, he's yawning.
He's yawning. He just woke up.
Me too.
He's a little sleepy, but you guys are both need to go to bed. Yeah, but this is the newest addition to the family. He's the sweetest thing ever, and I love him. We both.
Is that your first baby, Tim?
Yes. His name is Lou, short for loofah, because he looks like a shower loofah.
Loofah, welcome to India. Woof woof.
See, we'll come together. All right, go.
Perfect. Congratulations to you. Well done.
Thank you.
Can't wait for you guys to get married. All the best.
Yes. We'll have the wedding in India. I hear they're pretty cool there.
Oh, listen, have you seen, they're very cool. Haven't you seen Nick and Priyanka get married?
I saw some of the pictures, but I wasn't on the invite list, so what's up with that?
See, me neither. I don't know her. I mean, she's not a friend of mine.
Yeah, well, she will be soon enough.
I think she's too old to be my friend.
Oh,
I love you.
Well, now you're definitely not going to be friends. You blew it.
I mean, if she's getting married again, then we'll talk about it. By then, I'll mend my ways.
Fair. I'll reach out to Nick.
Now, the last question is from, okay, you try and pronounce this. Neva.
Neva.
Ehlara. So something Lara.
I didn't hear the last bit, but Neva Lara?
Nevaeh. What do you think that means?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's your social media account. We have put that out on national television letter by letter. That's enough.
We're going to get blown up.
Yeah, if the question is, if you didn't play Monty, who would you want to play in the series?
Ooh, okay. This goes back to the beginning, I think.
Or did you audition for a different part? Or was it always Monty?
I'm sure you've heard the audition process was kind of, everyone was flip-flopping and reading for different roles. I think I read for Justin Foley, Brandon Laraquente's character, who I can't think of the name of right now. But he got killed in season 1. So
yeah,
I think I would have played Christian's character for sure. I think I would have played Tony. I read for Tony. And Christian did a phenomenal job. He's the only Tony in my eyes. But he was just such a cool, confident. Yeah. You felt like he was kind of the thing holding the whole thing together.
100%. Yeah.
And he wore a badass leather jacket and drove a red Mustang. Like that.
That's true. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Probably Tony.
Perfect.
Unhelpful Yoda.
Huh?
He was referred to as the unhelpful Yoda, I think.
Yeah, I remember this. It become quite a thing.
Yes.
It was a meme and all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those were the fan questions. Now we're getting to the last segment of the show. It's a quick game. It's a quiz.
Okay.
These are questions about 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, geez. Oh, no. This is horrible. We're losing connection. I can't hear you. Are you still?
Not at all. You're not that good an actor also, Tim. You are.
Okay.
These are very easy. I'm sure you'll get it.
All right.
Not that easy, but I'm sure you'll figure.
We'll see.
Okay, we'll start. Who's the fourth person on the tape? On the tapes? He did get into your character did have a lot of association with this character. And not in a good way.
Oh. Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Tyler was the fourth one.
Tyler, yeah. We're buddies in real life, but not on the show at all.
Yeah. Okay, now this one's very easy. Okay, get it.
Okay.
Who was in a critical condition after a gunshot to the head?
Oh, that was Miles Heiser's character, who can't think
Whose
of
name is
Alex.
Alex? Yes.
Alex. You should have just quizzed me on all the names of the characters. Alex.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
What
I was
was the
on the
nickname? What was the nickname given to Clay by Hannah?
helmet.
Oh, well done. Not bad.
Yeah, I like that look for
What did
Dylan.
Alex do to be one of the reasons why?
Was it the Valentine's Day note, or was it because he chose Jessica and made it weird between Hannah and Jessica and him? Was it neither of those?
No.
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
He made something. He made something which was sort of.
Oh, the list. The list. He made the list.
He made the list comparing the pictures of girls in school.
Perfect. This is perfect. Yeah. This is I got this.
Okay, what words did Clay key on Zach's car?
I know what you did last summer.
No, he keyed what you're thinking right now. He keyed why me?
Why please? I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating.
Me too. That's because I'm wearing a hoodie and a bomber jacket and sitting in front of light.
But you look good. You look good.
Stop it, Tim. You said almost anything. Don't cross over now. What is Crestmont?
Oh, that's the movie theater.
Oh, that is correct.
Fun fact about the movie theater, it was in Vallejo, and the building in which we shot the Crestmont at, it's like the doors that look like they were going in the movie theater. Those doors led to nowhere, basically a closet. So a lot of times when we were shooting scenes, if 4 of us were walking out of the movie theater, we were hiding in this little closet. And a lot of times we were kind of just messing with each other until, the director yelled action, and then we would probably scrub the lines and get yelled at.
Sounds very familiar to me.
Yeah. Yes, you did that once.
I mean, yeah, once is an understatement. Okay, last question. What is the first line of Hannah's poem?
Roses are red.
Not at all.
Yeah, didn't think so.
It's today I'm wearing black lacy underwear.
Oh, scandalous. Now I remember that.
Yeah, that's how it begins.
Yeah, I just felt that. No,
yeah. Roses are red, violets are blue then.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a cool poem.
Yeah.
Have you heard it before? Yeah.
No.
It's
okay. No, I think you did pretty well. There were a few that you needed help with, but otherwise, but it's also like these are like a lot of questions from like season 1, season 2.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch.
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch. It's been a while, but.
Perfect. But thank you so much, Timothy. This was a great conversation. I'm glad I made this deep conversation happen at 2:30 in the morning. I had fun.
Thank you. I had a blast. Thank you for having me.
Is there something that you want to tell to everyone in India?
Yes. I hope to get to see you guys one day in person. Hopefully, when all this is settled. I mean, it's a beautiful country. I'd love to come see you guys and you personally.
Yeah, the next time you're in India, then you come on my show physically, and we'll send you back with a lot of hampers. That's a vibe of the show.
I will be there 100%.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tim. The last part of Acts Aloud is called the Astronaut Virtual Hug. It's a social distancing thing. It has also just started raining here for setting the mood. Love it.
It's raining? Oh.
Yeah, it's monsoons in Mumbai.
I love that. We don't get rain.
There was a storm and shit. Now we're fine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we don't get any weather except for hot weather in California.
I mean, Mumbai is pretty much the same. It's very, very hot. But people who live in Mumbai, if the rain starts, they will start wearing like hoodies and stuff. It's not even that cold, but people are so used to the heat. If the temperature drops by like 1 degree, they'll be like, I can't handle this.
They would never make it in Michigan. It would be far too cold.
Yeah. I'll die. Okay, so Astronaut Virtual Hug is, I would give you a hug in person, but we can't because you're in a different country. Even if you're in the same country, we should socially distance.
Yes.
Okay? So just extend your arms and pretend like you're hugging, and we'll take a screen grab.
And then what?
I said we'll take a screen grab, which is being taken later. Okay, perfect. We got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was a pleasure. Honestly, thank you for having me, and thanks for staying awake. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. It was a pleasure for me too. Thank you so much. Please take care and good luck for everything that you're doing in your future.
Yes,
also, congratulations on the fiance part of your life.
Thank you. A wedding.
And let me know when you get Let me know about your plans of getting married in India later. I'll help you find the venue.
Please do. We'll be sure not to invite Nick Jonas and the other one.
Don't say that.